somebody touches your raw nerve or they do the wrong thing to you. Yeah, that's what that man was in talking about smart recovery. Why did he stop drinking? He was like a biker. The biker guy, he was saying that he got drunk and then another drinking, somebody did something, somebody touched the wrong nerve of him. He like beated them like too badly, like very, very, very badly. And beating them so badly, it is not even really warranted the claim. Like, the punishment that he punished those people were for what they did was not like equal to. It was too much. It was too much for something very little, and so that's the reason why he gave up alcohol. So that's what it is. It's about losing control. Now, if you don't, then you most likely lose control when you're drunk or other kind of substances. I'm not a specialist with drugs because I don't know too much of drugs. But altered this, if your whole relationship is based on the depth of consumption of alcohol and you need some alcohol to loosen up and all that crap shoot, then you are in that 40% that is most likely that you are going to face intimate partner violence. And the other thing that would be advisable is work on your communication. Like it's a free world. Like they say, isn't there plenty of fish and mighty fish and big fish and all kind of ass fish and all that. So be assertive in your communication. If you don't like Mr. Ugly, then say that you don't like Mr. Ugly. But if you're going to tolerate Mr. Ugly just because of his money and then get intimate with him, and then after that you use it, and now you have a hook to all his money, all his time, all his wealth, all his life. Why? Because of the intimate partner violence program. That leads me to another. Again, I'm thinking about solutions. We are we are destroying ourselves and destroying human beings based on this thing. First, we give them to drink. When they act drunk, we're going to punish them, and after we punish them, we're going to make them pay for the rest of their life. And we're going to also make a whole bunch of money and taxations based on the substance of alcohol that we are pimping to our citizens, and we are setting them, and it's like alcohol is a drink of war, and we're going to make our citizens drink it. Alcohol usually used to flow when the military, maybe what's cool in the military, it becomes cool. Even nowadays in many colonies, like the alcohol, like military people, they have no tax on alcohol. So most of the alcohol that costs is all taxation. So 15 bucks for a packet of six pack. I forgot, like I don't have any touch with it. 15, 16, 20, whatever it costs. That's all tax. If you go to Chicago, it's like $6. Because why? Taxation is different over there. Costs the same, like the same Canadian alcohol, the same freaking Labatt Blue year. It'll be like 14, 16, 17, 1900 bucks or whatever. Over there is going to be like 6, $7. Why? It's all taxation. Those are some of the solutions for intimate partner violence prevention, and such as my thoughts. We really have, as a society, we have forgotten the purposes of certain substances. Like, what is the reason why people drink? What is the reason why people drink? The drink alcohol is a ritualistic substances in ancient times. When you want a medium or a spirit or something to suppress the consciousness and only interact via the subconsciousness, that's why they get very highly intoxicated. Likewise, the berserker in Nordic cultures, the berserker, Have you looked it up in Nordic culture? When in Nordic wars, the berserker, he, he has to wear on animal skin, like a animal head, like a wolf skin on top of his head, or or a bear skin on the top of his head when he's going to war. Why is that? Because he's heavily under the influence of alcohol. Like he's like totally pissed out of his brain. He's like Zulu, Arak, Guramba drunk, moonshine drunk, like Dixie moonshine drunk with Jim Beam. You can call him like Jim Beam with like an animal hide on his head. So that way, even his own compatriots, the people who are fighting on his own side, they know to stay the hell away from him because he does not know foe from enemy, good from bad. He is just on a rampage. He's on a berserk. He's gone berserk. Yeah, like even David is to go berserk in fighting the wars. Have you seen David fight? What was the thing they say? David killed so many people. Saul killed 100. David killed 100,000. Whatever. So, anyway, so it's possible to go berserk, and alcohol does that to you. So you should watch your alcohol consumption because that's what is a drink of war. We're talking about serving responsibility and all that. There's no such thing. People, once they do it, they can come home, they can get stuff themselves with alcohol. And it's part of, especially in it used to be in Canada. It is in Canada the way it is. The lifestyle is all around alcohol. Happy time, good time, and all, everything's holidays, everything's based on alcohol. So it's nowadays even other third worlds like India and Sri Lanka and all those places that didn't only consume alcohol like ritualistically or to take away the pain at the end of the day of hard labor, physical labor. It's changed into this whole lifestyle. Those are the solutions for intimate partner violence. I hope you found them helpful. And we need a change of it. But another thing of the solutions I was thinking were the accusations of rape and sexual this and sexual that. This whole issues that we have, first of all, it stems in a few fundamental things. One is the lack of understanding of gender. One is the lack of understanding of human nature based on hormones. One is the lack of the understanding of the nature of the substances we consume. And the other is the lack of understanding of our sexuality. And the other one would also be there are a whole lot of things that people fail to understand. So, in matters of I was thinking about a service, like an online service called Consent. Yes, it's quite of a simple one, like an app for consent. The app for consent. Because people are always concerned, oh, he raped me, no, she didn't rape me, no, she wanted me, he said he didn't want me. In the end, the victim's word is the right person and the wrong person. So we need an app or a process for consent. We need like a methodology. We can't like start this whole sexual, this mating, this intimacy. The intimacy between human beings. It can't start off as love and feelings and all and end up in a legal cesspool from now onwards. The workflow. Do like animals have those things where they will all make out and then they have like, oh yeah, we'll have like a crow murder of crow meetings where this person did this one and the thing. that whole workflow about getting to know like sex, having like becoming intimate with a person has become like a major liability that is going to be a destruction to a person. So there's a 40% chance that if you are intimate with a person, your life is going to be like a total destructed, like forever. Oh, you go to rent a car. Oh, you are guilty of intimate partners. No, we can't. You can't rent this car, my friend. You can't. You might, like, you never know what you're gonna do. We have it right over here: intimate partner violence perpetrator. No, we're not allowed. So the app consent for the app is pretty easy to do, but there's I was thinking about you also are good ideas. You also have to think about instead of just throwing them out. You have to think about the causes, the way they can be abused. So once you get somebody's consent, you can do anything you want to do them. There has to be like a process. We have to have a workflow process to right from the beginning. If you want to like make out with me and suck my balls, then you might as well get it consent, in an API with like a hash map with a UUID that yes, I want to suck this man's balls. And so you can't claim, he can't claim that he has wanted to do something wrong to me or has done this and not done that and he's not done the wrong job and he has used too much of suction power like the vacuum cleaner and it has gone and disappeared. One of the fine jewels, crown jewels is missing due to the excess use of sex thing, and I feel like intimate partner violence in the act of, the suction power was misdirected. So what are the exceptions about giving consent? So the devil's in the detail. I've been thinking about it for the past 5 or 6 years about a consent app because that's what you need. Some people, even this whole process about getting married and what is common law and minor law and all those things, it all has to be uploaded right in front, right in the beginning. We can't be like, oh, we think like all based on you having slugging Budweiser and Michelob Arts, you're all drunk, pissed up, and thing, and then later on you go like sleeping around with, get intimate with anyone and anytime, anyhow you like, and then you're not in your conscious state of being, and you have this lovey-dovey assumptions. You got to write at the upfront. It has to be like a prenuptial upfront, right at the beginning. You are you have to know that if you are intimate with this person, if you have a child, you're going to know what kind of custody you're going to have with the child, what kind of parenting program you're going to have with the child. Are you going to go and divorce each other, or are you going to go the route of fucking up each other's life for the rest of your lives? Like what exactly all that thing has to be, you have to do the checkbox right at the beginning in the consent program. You know what you're getting into with intimacy right over there. Instead of making it into that intimacy, you're going to say, okay, you will be losing all your money. You'll have no parental rights. You will not see your children. You will not get to name your children. You will not have the right to see your children anytime you want to see them. You will not tell your children to do the thing. All those things you will check box right at the beginning of your intimacy adventures in a form of consent. Because this thing has gone, lost its thing. It is worse. You're talking about the Salem's Witch projects and how the witches of Salem were prosecuted and decimated and killed and burnt at the stake for various things. Likewise, this has been done. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule. Like in olden days, everybody knows when they're talking about a death penalty, everybody knows that the legal system is flawed. You ask a freaking judge. He will tell you that he is 100% not 100% sure that the legal system has made the right order. That is why many legal professionals and attorneys do not support Jim Carrey, do not support the death penalty, because the legal system is flawed. That's the only reason why many people do not support the death penalty or justify the. That was the justification, I think, for the federal. Anyway, I'm not going to go on the legal system, but likewise in consent, there's a disconnect between what your romantic notions and what is going to be intimacy and the effect of intimacy. When you are intimate with a person, you are drawing on a whole lot of liability. Yes, you are letting them come 6 feet minus 6 inches closer to you. You are expressing your nakedness to them. You are presenting your nakedness to them. And once somebody is intimate with you, they know your vulnerabilities, they know your asserts, they know your things, they know slowly but slowly it is. So you are exposing yourself to extreme liabilities. In both ways, in eventually, even if you become a victim, in the end, people are going to, you're going to get punished if you are found guilty of intimate partner violence. There's no that's the end of you, my friend. That's the end of your freaking career. That's the end of your being. Yeah, that's your end of your life. That's the end of your lights. That's the end of your human rights. That's the end of your. You can go for programs. You can do crap. You can do anything. You can address your whole situation. Like you can go for therapy. You can go psychologist. You can go do anything you want. But that thing is going to stick with you for the rest of your life. Especially if you're going through any kind of legal system. So, getting back, this is already too long. I've already spoken too much. I'm repeating myself. The whole thing. First of all, the solutions are be assertive. Be assertive in your sexual needs. Be assertive in your emotional needs. Be assertive in your expressions, in your communication. Assertiveness is the key to happiness in certain ways. Yet again, there's one of the funny shows by like Dave Chappelle where they say, "I will show them," or keeping it real. Keeping it real. You're taking it the wrong way. Yeah, keeping it real is a different thing. I'm not talking about keeping it real. I'm talking about being assertive in your communication. Second is intoxicants or alcohol. If your whole relationship revolves around alcohol, there's very high likelihood that you're going to experience intimate partner violence. But in the beginning, you might think it's really helps me express my animal sexuality and my basic instincts and my bestial nature, which is wonderful. But you also, with the bestial and the animalistic, you wild animal thing, you also opening the little door of when you press the wrong button for the tiger. If you step on the tiger's tail, what's going to happen, my friend? Stepping on the tiger's tail, the tiger's not into. That's what happens when you're drinking, the tiger comes out. Same with the stingray. You step on a stingray, like how that poor fellow Stephen died. It's natural, like, psk, he's gonna get you. But consider the temperance movement. Do a little historical archive check on the temperance movement and what are the causes and why alcohol. So alcohol is like a serious factor over there. Because to take away alcohol, the person is like a beautiful, wonderful gentleman will sing you some fine love story songs like Mr. Gordon Campbell. And what's the fine song? Yeah. Or like Randy Travis. Or like Brad Pitt. You know Brad Pitt? Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. I like to use them as a fine example.